Are you ready to turn your expertise or passion into a steady income stream? Imagine selling a paid newsletter subscription straight from a MailerLite landing page like this one, with no complicated setup. In this video, I'll walk you through the steps to offer a paid newsletter subscription for your business so you can start making money while sharing what you love. So let's get started. So there are a few things that you're going to need in order to make this happen. The first is a Stripe account. It's completely free to set up. There are tutorials if you don't already have a Stripe account. Tons of tutorials out there on YouTube and elsewhere for you to set that up. The second thing you're going to need is add products to your Stripe dashboard. Super easy to do, and I will show you how to do that. The third thing in this example is that we're going to need a paid MailerLite account in order to offer the subscription products in our MailerLite landing page. So let's head over to our Stripe account and set up a couple of products so that we can get going and making this happen. Ready? Let's go. So from our Stripe dashboard, I've gone ahead and clicked on Product Catalog because this is where you're going to be adding in your products. You can see here that I've got 3 started here, 3 active anyway, and 2 of which are associated with our ACME newsletter journal. And what you're going to do to create a product is click on the plus sign over here and the button that says Create Product. Simple enough. You're going to add in a name, a description, image, optional if you choose, and whether or not it's recurring or one-off. Enter the amount and the billing period. Very easy to do, so let's just do test. And we'll do a test description here. The description appears at checkout and the customer portal, so keep that in mind. Optional image, we won't do that here. And then you're going to enter in an amount and whether or not you want, how you want your billing period, probably either monthly or yearly. So we'll keep it on monthly and then create product, add product. And it's simple as that. You've now created a product in Stripe. See, I told you this was easy stuff. So the next thing we got to do is go over to MailerLite. And remember, you need a paid account in MailerLite to add subscription products to your MailerLite landing pages. So let's go over to the dashboard of MailerLite and get that started. So in the dashboard, what we're going to need to do is, in addition to creating our landing page, is also integrate Stripe with MailerLite. So we go over to the integrations tab here from the left-hand side, and we scroll down here to where it says Stripe, and click on the button that says Use. After clicking on the button that says Use, you then want to go down the bottom here, and where it says Status, you want to click on Connect with Stripe. Now, because I'm already logged into Stripe, it's going to know who I am looking to get connected to, and I actually have 2 Stripe accounts, so it's asking which one do you want to connect to. We will connect to the one that's already pre-selected here. You might have to log in if it's your first time making this connection. So click on Connect. And just like that, we're in. And down the bottom here, instead of connect to Stripe, it'll say disconnect. So you have that option as well. Now, let's have a little fun here and create our landing page so we can add in our Stripe products and get our subscriptions going for our newsletter. So we go over to Sites, and you can see here, I've already got a demo already created for you. But to show you the process of creating a landing page, it's pretty easy to do. You click on Create Site and you enter in a site name. So we'll call this Newsletter Subscription Demo, something like that. Landing page is pre-selected. Click on Save and Continue. You're going to need to, you don't need to for the subscriptions, whether or not you want to have this because it's associated with the subscription product. So it's a little different. So it's an option whether or not you want to have select a subscriber group. It doesn't hurt. So click on Newsletter Subscription in this case, and then click on Continue. And then because now I have a paid account, I can either build it with a landing page or start from scratch or use any of the amazing templates that MailerLite has. So we'll choose business for our templates and see what they have that we can just use as a demo. I guess we'll just use this digital product right here and click on Choose. If you're unfamiliar with the layout of the landing pages in MailerLite, over on the left-hand side is where you pick your elements or sections. Then you have Style, and then you have overall settings for your page, whether or not to include site navigation or not, include a footer or not, include CAPTCHA, those things like that. The style is all about colors and fonts and that type of thing. And they have pre-formatted styles that you can select from. Like we could do elegant here, and it will change the background color in some cases. Let's do earthy. See what I mean? It changes to blue and a light blue, that type of thing. The other thing that you have are sections. So these are pre-built things that you can just immediately add into your landing page. So let's say we want to have a team of people that we want associated with in our landing page. We just add that, and then we just edit out the names and the pictures of all of our team members. Simple enough. There's content, hero images. There you can do an FAQ type of scenario, add in features and events, and so on and so forth. So when you're done with your landing page, click on Done Editing, and then there are other settings that you'll need to set up, such as the landing page URL, the favicon, and some SEO, social share, and any analytics that you want connected to this. So we're just going to click on Save and Continue, and that'll take us back to our overview page of our now newsletter subscription demo. But I want to show you what I've created for a working example. So we'll go back to landing pages, and I want to show you my ACME newsletter journal subscription sign up. So we will click on Edit. Now I've had a little fun here with this ACME phrasing because if you are old enough to remember the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, you'll know that ACME was where Wile E. Coyote got all of his stuff from. So I enlisted the help of ChatGPT to come up with some phrasing around this whole concept of ACME products. So we've got the ACME newsletter journal, and it did generate a logo for us. And we have a little description here from ChatGPT, some nice images, why a person should subscribe. So all of this came from ChatGPT. Now, where we get into the fun part here is connecting our subscription products in Stripe into our MailerLite landing page. Now you see here, those are the two products that I have in Stripe, right? These two products right here, annual and monthly. They're pulling through into our landing page. So how do we do that? Well, we go over to sections. So from the sections tab, we want to scroll down here to purchase, pricing and purchase. You can see here that we've got pricing options if they just want to have a generic static pricing options. And then you'll see we start to see Stripe product, Stripe 2 products side by side, 3 products. And then we have something called Stripe recurring product. And then we have Stripe 2 recurring product and up to 3. So what I did was I just grabbed our Stripe 2 recurring products, propped that over to our section, and then we click on the little product icon here, and we see this little cog up here that says settings. Click on that, and this is where it's pulling in the products associated in our Stripe account. We're going to pull in our ACME newsletter journal. We'll do monthly first. So what is it pulling in? Well, it's pulling in the image, description, price, and title. Now you can toggle these on or off. So if you don't want to have a description, if you don't want to have a price, I don't know why you wouldn't, or if you don't want the title in there, you want to add in your own title through MailerLite, you can do that here. Or if you want to add in your own image, you could do that here as well. But I'm pulling in everything. Now the other thing that we have up here in our tab window is Success View. So if we click on Success View, it's going to give you a couple of choices here. What happens after someone checks out? Well, we want to add them to a group, right? So we click on Add to Group, and we want to select an interest group. And our interest group, in this case, is newsletter subscription. And what happens if someone cancels? Well, we want to remove them from the newsletter subscription group. So we'll click on Remove from Group and scroll down to Newsletter Subscriptions. So we got Product View and Success View. Okay, so our Success View says thank you. Right here it says thank you for your purchase. Have a great day. You can edit that if you feel it necessary. And then there's a button here that says Billing, which will take you over to the Stripe customer portal. Let me just delete this section here. I will just delete that, and I'll show you what I've done into the existing products here. So again, Product View, bring in everything. It's up to you. I did annual first. And then on Success View, you'll see here I did change it. It says, thank you for your subscription to the ACME newsletter journal. You'll be receiving a couple emails from us. So that's our Success View. This is our Product View. And I did the exact same thing over here. If we go over to the cog, same thing, Success View, Add to Group. And then after, if they cancel, remove from group. Okay? Easy enough, right? So far, you've got your Stripe account done. You've got your products done. We've got our MailerLite landing page done, our ACME newsletter journal landing page. So anyone who subscribes to these will then have a special email that gets sent to them once a week, once a month, however you want to set it up in that special group called newsletter subscription, right? So let's take a look at the next step on this, and that is the emails. So if we click on Done Editing, you'll see here our overview page for our newsletter. We have something here called Stripe. And if we click on Stripe, you'll see here that we've got subscription created and subscription canceled. If we click on subscription created, you can edit this email. So this is what people will receive after they've paid you, either monthly or yearly in this case. They'll receive this email. And you can click on edit and you can edit the design just like you can in any other email that a person receives. So you can change out the logo, you can change out the text, put in all the information that you want in here. When they click on billing information, this is going to take them over to the customer portal in Stripe, not MailerLite. So keep that in mind. So instead of the airmail image, we can click on change and we can use our ACME journal. Something like that, and click save and click on done editing. That's subscription created. Now if we go into subscription canceled, you'll see the messaging here. Again, simple. We can click on edit. We'll say sorry to see you go. Again, we can change the logo here if we want, insert. So all of this is editable just like an ordinary email. And then when you're done, click on save and then click on done editing. The other important point here is to look under automations. You want to start creating automations so that people can filter through a onboarding process of what to expect for your subscription product, right? So in this case, it's a newsletter subscription. They're going to be receiving weekly, monthly, whatever scenario you have for your email newsletters. You want to explain that it's connected to Stripe, and you want to explain that if you want to cancel, you can do it like this, go through Stripe, all that good stuff that you normally do with any type of onboarding scenario. Once you have your onboarding set, that's all done through automation. They get it once a day, couple of days, that type of thing. The next thing you want to do is go into campaigns and then create your campaigns and then attach your group associated with your newsletter subscription. And only that group will get that email that they're paying for. Makes sense, right? So with that, let's go test everything out and let's go buy a subscription to our ACME newsletter journal. So we'll go back over to overview. We won't do double opt-in because I'm just testing this, but click on publish and then we can click on copy our URL and open up we'll do a new private window, paste it in. And so we've got our ACME newsletter journal, all our lovely images from ChatGPT. Thank you very much. And then we have two choices, right? So we have subscribe now for $60 a year or for $5 a month. So we'll click on subscribe now. It's going to take us over to a checkout process in Stripe where we can enter in our information here. So we've entered in our payment information. We'll click on subscribe. And then you see here, it takes us back to our newsletter and it says, thank you for your subscription to the ACME newsletter journal. You'll be receiving a couple emails from us shortly. Now let's go check out to see our email that we received that hopefully says, welcome and you're now subscribed. So here's our order confirmation. So indeed, we got our email. Here's our little logo. We're happy to have you. Here's our name, and then we go over to billing information, and we can then go to cancel our subscription if we'd like. And it gives us an invoice, it gives us our history, how much we paid, all that good stuff. Pretty seamless integration. Now that you know how to set up a paid newsletter on MailerLite, it's time to get started. So go ahead, put your skills to work, and start creating. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you have any questions. Happy creating, and I'll see you in the next video.